The Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, that's CSIR, has found that Gauteng's transport system is in distress. This after MEC Jacob Mamabolo commissioned the Council to conduct a general household travel survey in the province. The CSIR has recommended that the MEC should monitor the implementation of the provincial land transport policy. The council says Mamabolo must also ensure that the money available for land transport services is applied efficiently. Well, he's joining us now to further unpack this. That's Jacob Mamabolo, the MEC for Roads and Transport here in Gauteng. Mr. Mamabolo, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. First up, how important was it for you to undertake this new survey at this time?
Well, firstly, good afternoon to you, to all the viewers, and thanks for inviting me. I must say that we are really pleased and very delighted as the provincial government that we have received the outcomes of the household travel survey. And the significance of this survey lies in the fact that if we are to be efficient and effective in responding to the transport needs of the people of the province, it must be based on scientific data, on researched information, so that the managers in the department, and of course myself as the MEC, we should in the planning and in the implementation of public transport services not depend on gut feel of managers, not depend on instinct as to where to intervene, where to put resources, what type of standards, policy, targets, indicators to set. They should be grounded and informed by scientific data. And that is why we felt we shouldn't be delivering transport in the dark, not knowing exactly where are the pressure points. So the household travel survey, and the most exciting part about it is that it delves or goes deep into the municipalities. And it indicates what are the challenges for each one of them. And in that way, it means, for example, we have set up what we call the Gauteng Transport Authority, whose job is to integrate, coordinate public transport working with municipalities. So there is the data, the evidence, the information that will be the basis of our work.
Yeah, and are there any interesting trends you've picked up in the different regions of Gauteng, like Sidibeng versus Tshwane versus Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg and such? Did you pick up any interesting trends?
Well, the most interesting one for me that cuts across the province and which I think requires urgent intervention, it's about the fact that people have now shifted their travel times, especially in the morning, from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Now they prefer to move or start their trips 6 o'clock in the morning already. And this is more prevalent in the city of Johannesburg, but it's a problem in the province. And that issue means people are now spending more time on the road, and the travel time is increased. That also talks to the increase in costs, because if it means you're spending more time on the road, the cost of travel, both for private vehicles, for public transport, is going to increase. And that means we need to intervene in sorting out certain issues quick and fast to make sure that we can ease the movement of people, of goods and road users in general. And one of the things that we've got to look at is road maintenance. It is going to be very critical that we fix the roads, particularly things like traffic signals. They might sound very small, but we know that in a province such as ours, which is an urban space, we need to make sure that those type of issues we sort out so that people can move quick and faster. We need to expand the road network, particularly high capacity roads, to make sure that there's more space for people to move in. But also we must diversify. I mean, one of the issues that has come out is that people have got really the choices and the options that are there. For example, the taxi industry remains the most dominant mode of public transport. So we need to also make sure that the buses, for example, are also made efficient and effective. It is going to be important to ensure that how train numbers are increased so that we can move people from road to rail and ease the congestion on the road. So there are things that we need to do. Some of them are immediate short term, some of them are medium, some of them are long term. But this issue that people for a short space of time, people travel a long distance with high travel costs, that is a matter that is deeply concerning to me.
Yes, and there's going to be a couple of things for you to do as MEC going forward, including assisting the municipalities in mechanisms, in having the appropriate mechanisms in terms of this report. So for you, out of this report, what would be your immediate next steps as we conclude, Mr. Mamabolo?
For me, I'll say that the immediate and very first step that we must do is right in 2 weeks' time, we have a meeting with the members of the mayoral committees of transport, MMCs, that is my colleagues in the municipalities. And we are going to present and table this report to the municipalities. And right there now in April, in the next 2 weeks when we hold the meeting, we should then collectively together identify those things that will make sure that we make movement of people and goods in the province to be very efficient and effective. And as I have already said, for me, because the majority of the people travel on the road network, whilst the issues of rail are being sorted out. But there are things in the road maintenance that we need to attend to quickly and urgently to make sure that we can open up the roads and make the movements of people easy, quick, and fast. And that is going to mean a much more, building a much more good partnership with the municipalities in the short term. We have something that we call smart mobility weekends, where we work together to fix and maintain the roads. So the issue of congestion on the road, whilst there are many infrastructure related issues, but I think there's a low hanging fruit there that we can look at and deal with road maintenance to make sure that people can move quick, fast, in a seamless way across the province. And that's a matter that we'll be looking at in the next 2 weeks, just in mid-April. I'm quite sure that we will also make an announcement after consulting with the MMCs based on resources that are available to then say, in the light of this report, this is the most immediate thing that we are going to do together with the municipalities.
Thank you very much for your time. Jacob Mamabolo, the MEC here in Gauteng for Roads and Transport, just talking to us about some of the highlights of what has come out from the latest survey, the Gauteng General Household Travel Survey that has been done together in cooperation with the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. Now,